Today, I wanted to challenge you on don't hire any more coaches. And this may seem like the most ludicrous thing for me to say because I am actually a coach, although I don't necessarily love the word coach because it's just been overused. But I wanted to put it in your brain that, most people I see running around hiring coach after coach are not getting results because the fundamental underlying problem, the fundamental underlying problem is not being addressed through the coaching. And, these people are running around looking for strategies, looking for marketing implementing tools. And what's really going on is that they have not changed how they feel about themselves. They haven't changed about this piece that says, I feel fucked up, I feel wrong, I feel broken, I'm not as good as everybody else. And how can you possibly get your message out there if you are feeling broken? How can you do all of these implementations and great strategies if you're feeling like a failure, if you're feeling like your message isn't worth being heard? Right? And that's where I'm going with this, in that don't hire another coach until you do the inner work, until you get to the place where you are willing to be seen. You're willing to have people hate you. You're willing to have people throw nasty comments at you, because trust me, the bigger you get, the more visible you get, the more this shit comes out. And, I'm just not going to throw any punches. The more visible I've gotten, the more hate mail I've gotten, the more people who have been picking on me. I mean, I had this woman yesterday who was like all over me because I said the word fucking on one of my posts. And I'm thinking, it's really, anyway, her stuff, not mine. But this is what comes at us on a regular basis. And if we're not at a space where we're ready to have this, yay, hit the likes buttons, I love that. If we're not ready to have this, then how can we implement those strategies? How can we let ourselves be seen in the world? You're just going to shrink back again and again. You're going to prevent yourself from taking that big action because you're not okay with being judged. And that's coming from the fact that you think that there's something wrong or broken with you. And I keep trying to tell you there's nothing wrong with you, but in case you don't believe me, maybe it's time for you to work with myself or someone like myself to actually dig in and do that inner work first. Hey, Tamarin, thank you. She says, I totally agree. You're so right. We need to have the courage to keep moving forward. Absolutely. And yeah, I've been there too. Yeah, for sure. And it's, it's not just the courage, but the willingness. Like for me, being in business is all about my own personal growth, my own personal journey. And I keep stretching myself to do different things, to show up and put myself out there. I mean, God, like I've got this inner dominatrix platform. How much bigger and bolder does it get? How much more in your face and opening things up to people judging the shit out of me all the time? But I welcome it, because the more people are hating on me, the more visible I am, the more successful I am, which was kind of the point. But the thing is that for most people, we aren't willing to be seen. We aren't willing to be judged. And then that creates this push-pull. So we know that we should be taking bigger action, but we don't take bigger action because we don't want to be seen. We don't want to be judged. We don't want all this stuff coming back up in our face. But there is hope. We can actually change what's going on internally. You can change those underlying beliefs and make it so that, hey, Brian, we can make it so that we're comfortable with being seen. We can be comfortable with being visible. And, one of the things that I'm just going to slide in here is that a lot of where this stems from, this not good enough, is having trauma in our early years and, having these things that go on that set up this program of you're not worthy, you're not valuable, you're not okay. Tamara says, these people have such a boring life. They need to spend less time judging others and spend more time working on themselves. Absolutely. Wouldn't that be nice? But, at the same time, Tamara, I really see these people as they're hurting, and it's a misguided sense of trying to feel better about themselves by putting other people down. And it saddens me that they lash out, because it's such an ineffective method of getting what they need, right? And if we actually gave ourselves what we needed, we would feel better. It's kind of like going to McDonald's when you need a nutritious meal. We all know McDonald's is not the most nutritious place to eat, but we go there out of this, it's easy, it's fast, whatever, but we're not getting the nutrients. And our body is saying we want nutrients, we want and nourishment. And it's the same thing on an emotional level. We want emotional nourishing to feed our souls, to feel better about ourselves. And that lashing out is kind of like that quick fix junk food. It feels good momentarily, but it really doesn't last very long and it doesn't sustain us. Tamara says, yes, and send love back to them creates amazing karma. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yay. Hit the like button. Hit the love button. I love you. Mwah. So it's an invitation for you guys to keep working on yourselves. You guys are awesome. I love the feedback. This is my feel good moment. To keep working on ourselves and say, not going to be distracted, to be, digging out those internal beliefs that are in there saying you're not worthy, you're not good enough. Challenge them. Take those gremlins, those voices that sit there and chitter chatter in your head. And, my version is to take a big old piece of duct tape and put the duct tape over their mouth. And then you duct tape them to whatever seat they're in. And I have this image. I always say to people, it's like you're driving a bus, right? We're all driving this bus and we've got these gremlins that are like bouncing around on the bus, like kids just bouncing around and they're yelling and screaming and distracting you from where you want to go. So you pull the bus over, you duct tape their mouth, you duct tape them to the bus seats, and then you call the Maserati dealership and you get them to send over a car, you get in the Maserati, there's no room for the gremlins, and you take off and you just leave them in the bus. So that's my visual for dealing with the gremlins. But ultimately it's about digging in a little bit deeper and really sussing out those beliefs that say that you're not good enough, because they're fucking bullshit. Okay? And I know I just went on about somebody like being hyper and over the top, and I'm kind of hyper today, but oh well, this is me. I get really passionate about this because you guys are fucking awesome. I know you're awesome. I see the people on here. Hey, Meredith. Hey, Hannah. Victoria. So good to see you guys. I love you. And yeah, keep hitting the like button, the love button. But I want to get this across, and if at the root of it is trauma, and particularly if you've ever had sexual trauma, whether it's your sexuality was not okay, it wasn't okay for you to, explore who you were, enjoy your body, any of those kinds of things, as well as the typical trauma, then I want to invite you to a group that I've got going on. And I'm so excited about this. This is really touching my heart. I really, really want to see some healing, some deep healing in the world. My own personal journey of getting rid of the sexual trauma out of my body has made a huge difference in my amount of money that I can make, in the type of partner that I have in my life, in how I feel about my body, how comfortable I am in my body, how much I'm willing to show up. It has changed all of those things. And I just know that this is creating deep healing for people. So if you have that in your past anywhere, I would love for you to think about joining me. Not just think about it, actually join me in this group program, because it is only $39 a month to come and get some deep, profound healing. I'm really excited about what this will do for people. So join me. Yay! All right. There's your moment. Don't hire a coach until you work on yourself. Or hire a coach to work on the internal stuff first, and then you can hire the strategy person. Mwah.